Welcome everyone to another episode of Let's Play Dark Souls 2. So, in this episode, we are going to actually be jumping ahead 15 hours into the playthrough, roughly, to show this. So, this armor, my weapons, my health, the Covenant, everything, is currently not in sync with the rest of Let's Play because this is actually gameplay from, like I said, 17 hours ahead, roughly, give or take. I want to show this off because if you kill an NPC, there is a way to actually interact with them. All you have to do is you have to go to where the NPC was, and if the grave is not there yet, you have to save and quit a few times, and it should appear. And once you pray to the grave, the guy or the person will appear. So there is Macduff. You can sort of see his like phantom above it. Yeah. So he wants a dull ember in order to be able to talk to him and like use his blacksmithing abilities, so he could fortify our gear. He's very important, so it sucks that I killed him, but there is a way around it, so don't worry. He sells infinite iron arrows, which is nice, but he also sells a crossbow there, which I am going to be getting. So I wanted to also show this off because this guy is the only one that could actually reinforce, or not reinforce, but basically upgrade your weapons or armor with embers. So I have a couple of stones, like I think I have a fire, electricity, a dark, a raw, a magic. You'll see in a bit, but it's, there's a bunch of different element sort of stones you can get, and you can use them to upgrade your weapons and or armor. Which is really cool and really useful, and you should do that. That's why it sucks that I killed him, but whatever. Also, this is really going to be the only time I'm actually going to be infusing my weapons. That's what it's called. But you can see, I was considering infusing my stuff, but whatever. So it costs about 2,000 each for magic, fire, lightning, dark, poison. I'm actually going to go for poison. And then you see the other ones, which bleeding right there would be pretty cool, but I don't have the bleed stone, unfortunately. And then the other one, what is the other one? I'm just thinking it's two up arrows. Fucking look at the up arrows. Shit. It's like I need to know what they are. I think that's important. Oh man, I need to know. I need to know. Because I don't think I'm actually gonna show it, am I? Really?
I give you.
It's stupid because you'd think that I would actually check it, but no.
And so.
Also, apparently, elemental weapons based on your, they scale best with your bonus for the element. So magic is int, and then fire is int and faith a little bit. Lightning is faith, dark is faith and dex. Bleed is dex, and poison is dex. So it's good because I'm a high dex character. I went for poison. That's just how it happened to be. Am I seriously not going to check it? Like, that's a little ridiculous. But anyways, I went with poison because I was hoping that I would be able to like poison people and have them take damage from poison, but I don't know if that's actually possible. But regardless, still not done. Skipped ahead a little bit. I had to check if this one boss soul I had was useful or not. I'm not going to end up using it. It's called the Smelter Demon. A little bit of spoiler, but we'll see that later on. It won't be for a while. But anyways, what is it? I don't know if he could reinforce past a certain point. But also wanted to show that if you try to infuse a shield, instead of dealing extra fire damage, it will instead, well actually it will deal fire damage or whatever, but it will also have a higher bonus to blocking against that element, which is cool, but you sort of lose a lot of physical blocking, or a lot of other blocking it seems like, so that sucks. But crossbows here are very useful. First time I've actually seen a crossbow. I mean, I've seen crossbows from people and a crossbow on a dark phantom that appeared in my world, but I've not yet seen them from a merchant, so this is the first time as far as I'm aware. But you could get them much earlier than right now. Well, I mean, not much earlier from right now, but much earlier than I did, like 20 hours in or whatever. But anyways, I like crossbows because you can use them along with bows, or you could use them instead of bows, which can be useful. And you can actually hold them in one hand and then have the other weapon in the other like that, right? Problem is, it's impossible to aim down sights with a crossbow, so you won't be able to do anything at long range at all, which sucks, but the trade-off there is that it's a lot more portable, I think, and it's more so for close combat, which is what I'm all about. He does have some large titanite for sale that are infinite, so if I ever need them I can come back there and get them, which is very useful. And I think that's honestly all there is. Like, I will be upgrading my crossbow later on, but you won't even see that. But yeah, that's about all I have to show with him. Just remember, don't kill NPCs, because you will pay the price, because every time I have to come back there, I'm going to have to pray to the gravestone again, which sucks. So, like, you know, going into the past a long time, after the pursuer fight, if you drop down that hole and then drop down here, you could get the Drangleic armor. Very cool. You want that. The Drangleic armor has really high defenses for this point in the game, and it's very useful. I will actually... Wait a second. Yeah, no, so this is also out of sync with the last episode. So there was a person asking what armor I was wearing. The Drangleic armor has a red cape, which is very useful. Or not useful. It's useful, yeah, no. It's very cool. And that's actually where the armor was, so for that person I was wondering. So, Drangleic, whatever. This lady here, the merchant, this is actually the point when I was realizing, oh, I should have done this. If you go through all her dialogue, then eventually she will say, alright, whatever, and then she'll go to Majula, which is very useful, so you don't have to always come back here. I'm not really interested in what she's saying. She's really old, so she knows history, but whatever. Exactly, that's what she says, like, don't believe everything an old hag says. It's like, well, okay then, why am I bothering? There you go. So she's going to give us a bargain next time she meets with us. So that means we need to go to Majula, so we can get an item from her, which is actually pretty useful, if I remember right. So, here in Majula, you can see her over there. It was hard to see her at first, because she sort of blends in, but...
Go on. Don't abandon a Take these.
Yeah, so she gives us the Covetous Silver Serpent Ring +1. Very useful. Also, don't know why there was a cut there. It's okay. I think I ended up going back to like Lost Bastille or something like that, and then coming back here again. So this guy, Maulin, I think his name is, yeah, Maulin. I'll just leave it at that. So this guy, what I did was I farmed up 18,000 souls, because you need to spend first 1,000 souls to upgrade his stock the first time, and then 16,000 souls to upgrade it a second time. Once you upgrade it the second time, he'll become a cocky bastard, being all smarmy, being like, oh, everybody wants my stuff. And it's really obnoxious. But regardless, that's why I'm just buying, like, all the sets I can afford. So I'm not, like, buying, like, one of each, or, like, 7 of one piece. Because I was thinking, hey, if I have to spend 16,000, might as well make it sort of worth it. So, this is definitely not required, but it's useful because his stock will increase, like he'll increase what he has after the 16,000, which could be very useful. And you get a free armor set if you talk to him with 0 souls after he upgraded his stock, which you'll see in a bit here. Very cool, and definitely worth it, I think, because it's only 16,000. You could easily get that later on, and it's actually a very cool armor set that's pretty unique, I think. It has a very unique set bonus. So, I was still being like, well, did I... was it enough? You see, he's like, after the 1,000, he's like, I've been turning a handsome profit. That's cool. But, like, you'll just see how cocky he gets after he changes. Or after the change. It's a little ridiculous. It sucks that I have to spend all these souls on this stuff because I'm not really gonna use any of this armor, to be honest. But not like it matters. So we've given him a lot of souls. I was just trying to figure out what the hell to buy next. I'll just buy something. There we go. So, by now I've easily given him 16,000, so the only rational thing to do is to kill ourselves. Yeah, it's fast. There you go. That's where we're going to be going later on, but not for a bit. So if you kill yourself real quickly, you can just, go back.
You need armor?
Alright, so if you check out stock, a lot of cool stuff, but first if you talk to him with 0 souls, he'll be like, oh, you're having some issues? Here, take this.
My compliments.
Also, look how he's just like leaning back, like, oh yeah. So you give us a bunch of cool stuff. I didn't actually look at the name, but we'll be looking at it in a second. The armor set is very cool because you'll see why. So, put it on, fashion show. Let's do it. Alright, so the armor set is transparent. It's Auroras. Auroras? I don't fucking know how you'd say it. Anyways, the armor set is transparent, which is 1, weird, and 2, the more each piece you wear lowers your or I think it's actually increases your equipment load capabilities every time for each piece, if that makes sense. So each piece increases it. So if you're wearing the whole set, it increases it a bunch, but you still have armor on, so that decreases the percentage, which makes it really easy to get a really low percent, which I actually use that later on so that I could be under 30% equip load for fights and actually be a badass rolling around destroying enemies without taking hits. Right now I'm wearing the Drangleic armor, which I showed off earlier in this episode where you can get that. And there I just upgraded my attunement, so now I could finally use the Pyromancy flame and use some fireballs, which of course you saw, but again, this is out of order. I know it could be a little bit confusing, switching back and forth. This, I believe right now, is after the, I think it was after a fight. This must have been after the Ruined Sentinel fight, because I don't think I had Pyromancy in the fight. But anyways, the Drangleic armor looks pretty awesome and it has a very nice cape. I like the effects on it, because it seems to flutter and twist around quite, almost realistically. So it looks very nice. I don't think they really had that in the first game, in the first Dark Souls. But heading back to Malin over here, I want to show off, there is an armor set I'm actually going to be getting and then using as my main armor set, mostly. So you see the Alva armor set. It has really good scaling off of strength, and it's... I guess I was getting really confused as to how much I wanted to spend there. Yeah, I ran out. It sucks.
Thanks.
But the Alva armor set is pretty light, but also at the same time has pretty good defenses. So it's not as good as, what would you call it? As Drangleic, of course. But it's still fairly good. Also, I like the fact that it happens to be right next to the Auroras armor set, which is pretty cool, because that way I could switch between them really quickly. But trust me, I won't be using what you see now forever. I'll be changing my armor quite a lot, but by the end, I will be using the Alva armor set with a different helm. I just like the look of it. I like the sort of the piece of cloth. Yeah, let's go with no legs. Show some skin. Anyways, I think that's about it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. Now that we have covered a lot of house cleaning sort of stuff, I think it's or housekeeping, house cleaning, whatever. Same idea. Once we've gone over all the stuff, Mullen, NPC deaths, armor sets, upgrading the Pyromancy, all that good stuff, we are going to go ahead and head to a new area in the next episode. I will see you then. Goodbye.